children on your show and that vibe and, making all the children so happy and so excited. I want to ask you, what inspired you to dedicate so many years to the Al Ansar project? And also, how did it align with your passion for helping children?
Sister, when it came to, I must say, like getting onto Al Ansar was actually, it wasn't something that I expected to do,
Uh-huh.
right? It just so happened at that point, Brother A.B. Dowji, I'm sure you remember Brother A.B. Dowji, he was the
Absolutely.
manager
Mm-hmm.
at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and he had asked me to basically do the greetings program for that week on that Sunday, because I said to him that, I was helping him out with like programming and things. And he said to me, I said, well, we have no one on Sunday to do the greetings program. And he says, well, you're going to do it. And I was like, me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, I've never done anything like that on radio,
Mm-hmm.
And then anyway, so he put me put me on there, and I did the program. Of course, I was so nervous,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there, it just escalated. And then I found that I had this rapport with the children. Children have such a beautiful sense of innocence, and
Correct.
I just loved dealing with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just so beautiful. And so as a result, it became a children's program, because initially it was a greetings program.
Right.
Then it became a kiddies program.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we created the whole Baba Ansar concept. And from Baba Ansar, it went to, it escalated into a Fresh Vibes greetings program. And yeah, from there, it just carried on,
That's interesting.
And
I always believe life takes you where you need to be, and listening to your journey and how you've transitioned and that passion, as you said, you love children, they have that sense of innocence. Definitely. We hear that passion coming through in your voice as well. Can you share a memorable experience from your time developing the Fresh Vibes program that had a significant impact on the children? And Alhamdulillah, I'm chatting with you who goes way back with Reja Al Ansar, and Alhamdulillah, Reja Al Ansar now celebrating 12 years of full-time radio.
mhm. There's one incident that really, really resonates for me. And this was when we were doing, we did this drive, this kiddies drive, right? So so basically we asked all our listeners to bring in things like, whether it was like clothes or shoes or whatever they had or whatever they could get, just so that we could provide some of the disadvantaged children with something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we went to the school, which was basically in the rural area. And, it broke my heart, because when we went to the school, it was like the classrooms were broken down. The children were learning, it wasn't a proper, school. They were sitting, some of them sat outside and they learned. They didn't have school shoes, and they didn't have clothes, and, things that we take for granted.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that really, really saddened my heart, and really, made me look at things very differently, was when I heard of one of the children there. Well, they used to all cross a river every day when they would like come to school, right? So, I mean, imagine like coming to school for a child is like, as it is, is quite a challenge, right?
Indeed.
And then to actually have to cross a river to get to school.
And this is daily.
And
Mm-hmm.
and this is daily,
Mm-hmm.
every day. And I think it was raining, and the child basically got washed away, and the child passed on.
Mm.
And when we went there, this had just happened recently,
Mm-hmm.
and it was something that really hurt my heart. And I just felt that, we have to do something significant in order to uplift the children, because we take so much for granted. And that is why that is one experience that stays with me. It has stayed with me all these years.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
value of life, and you know how it touches, and that is the beauty of our deen, that every life matters, and one can only understand.
Yes.
Just hearing the story in itself is something that is so heart touching, so sad as well. How do you incorporate your passion for uplifting children into your current role as an English teacher?
Well, I'm teaching at a school that has lots of, we have lots of children who are disadvantaged, right? Lots of kids have, issues. They have lots of emotional issues because most of our kids don't have, homes where they've got a mom and a dad and, the general nuclear system,
Yeah.
where you've got a mom, dad, brother, sister, that
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are, brought up by their elder brothers and sisters,
Correct.
and they have lots of emotional issues, and so I try as far as possible wherever I can help, you know if they have certain problems, they know that they can come to me, and I will try and help them in whichever way possible, which I do try. I'm not always, but I try. And
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, it has made, I think it has made a significant difference to the lives of the children. You know,
Alhamdulillah. That is the essence
Alhamdulillah,
of our
yeah,
deen, is serve mankind. And Alhamdulillah, your work is still
absolutely.
continuing. So wonderful to know that even though you're not doing the kiddies program here, the impact that you're making on the little ones' lives. Now, Sister Nadia, we know that everything does come with its challenges, right? So what
Mhm.
did you face any challenges while working on the kids program at Al Ansar? And if you did, you want to share with us how you managed to overcome it?
Well, I had to ensure that every day that we had something prepared, something interesting, you know,
Yes,
for the children. And I'm sure you being a presenter, you know how that goes, where you have
absolutely.
to make sure that you're well prepared, you have everything in order. And then I would obviously be at work as well. So I'd
Mm-hmm.
have to like come through, make sure that things are in order. And sometimes it used to be a bit of a challenge because you're trying to juggle a whole lot of balls at one time.
Absolutely.
And but Alhamdulillah, I came through and survived, and
Challenges of an urban
yeah,
woman, I'd say, because women are often juggling so much, and you have to be so
yes.
on top of your game. And I think we underestimate ourselves when we look back, like as you can right now, and also take your current role. Then you see how amazing it is, and how women have the ability to rise if they really truly want to achieve something. So well done to you, Sister Nadia. I'm going to ask you, what advice would you give to educators and community workers who actually want to try to make a positive impact on children facing hardships?
I would say that being an educator does not mean that I go out there, or one should just go out there and teach the kids how to speak English or
Mm-hmm.
concepts or that sort of thing. Being an educator is being like from my perspective, being a mum to those children,
Uh-huh.
being an aunt to those children, just being a sister to those children, just being, you know, like just being there to listen and to
Mm-hmm.
understand that a lot of our children come from homes that are basically disadvantaged, that are broken. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have the support that a lot of the children have, you know.
True.
And when we are faced with that, I think we need to have empathy. We need to be compassionate towards these children, and instead of just looking at them as a number,
Mm-hmm.
because you do realize, I mean, you do know that, I mean, we have many kids that we're dealing with on a daily basis. I have like about maybe like 200 kids in the grade fives, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that every single child has a story to tell. And we've got to look at each child rather as a little human being rather than just a number. So I think
Subhanallah.
compassion and empathy is extremely important.
Absolutely, well said. And I think it's people like you that Allah Azza wa Jalla places in their lives to understand. And when they're so little, the teachers actually play such a pivotal role, make such an impact on their
Mhm.
lives, that they can either love school, love life, love themselves, or not, depending on how they are treated by a teacher. And that's how fallible they are at that age. So alhamdulillah,
Mm-hmm.
that you have that ability to realize it's a little human being, it's a little soul, it's a little body. Let's
Alhamdulillah.
have that compassion and empathy despite their advantages and their challenges. Don't add to it, try and help them. Finally, we're going to ask you, what is your take home message for our urban women listeners this morning?
Pardon, say again?
Your take home message for our urban women listeners this morning.
Well, I just say, you know what? We are so fortunate as women, to be given. We have so many different roles, and I just say to all the women out there, what, just be yourself. Do whatever you can to ensure that we carry out service towards all mankind in whichever way we can. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, because my passion is basically children. I would say, I'd like when it comes to our children, I think we need to teach them certain values about life, not just, it mustn't just be about money and like material aspects and, oh, I'm wearing that branded shoe and that branded top.
Yes.
We've got to teach them real values.
Mm-hmm.
As women, I just feel that we can make that difference in the lives of our children. So, inshallah, I hope that this helps a little bit.
Inshallah, absolutely wise words. Thank you so much for coming and
Mm.
joining us on Urban Women. We appreciate your time. And it's wonderful to connect with you as well. Allah Azza wa Jalla accept all your efforts and allow you to continue to do
Ameen.
more amazing work impacting those little hearts. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Shukran. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, and that was Sister Nadia Ali Mohammed. Many of you obviously remember her, remember that voice. It was so wonderful to have her on our spotlight of urban women. And you know what, I have to say that women are so good. We were talking about a woman having the ability to juggle and to do so much. And I mean, here with Sister Nadia, that she spoke of some of her challenges. That as a presenter, you have to be on your toes. You have to be on top of things. So even if you have other jobs, you still have to. And that was one of the things that she mentioned, juggling. But let me tell you something. Research actually suggests that women are often better at multitasking than men, as their brains are believed to be more wired for it. Huh, urban women, that's what we made off of. Yeah, our brains were wired for it. Let's go for a break. I'll be back with you after. Stay tuned. طالب ولقد يكفيك منها أيها طالب والحمد عن قليل كل من فيها يموت والحمد عن قليل كل من فيها يموت